Hi, me again, and oh dear, things don't seem to be going terribly well for the Sussexes lately, do they? They're losing some jobs. They're losing some jobs. Did you see the headlines? Look, Meghan Markle's Archetypes podcast is axed by Spotify, with her and Prince Harry to miss out on the full £18 million payment. 18 million quid they would have got if they completed all the series of that. Madness, big money in it. And the boss of Spotify has been talking some smack about it as well. Where was it? It was quite funny, I thought. Bill Simmons, head of podcast innovation and monetization at Spotify, and a gentleman with a terribly long business card by the sound of it, slammed the Sussexes in his own podcast. The head of podcast innovation and monetization at Spotify has his own. It makes sense, I suppose. I don't listen to any podcasts. Do you listen to any podcasts? I just don't listen to them. Anyway, on Friday, the sports writer said, "The effing Grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them." It's talking smack about it. I've got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom call I had with Harry to try and help him with a podcast idea. It's one of my best stories. Spotify and the company Archwell released a joint statement on Thursday claiming that the deal was ended by mutual agreement. Yeah, it sounds terribly mutual. I mean, the mutual agreement there is Spotify weren't happy with you and you agreed to just walk away and not take any more of Spotify's hard-earned money. But it gets worse than that as well, because I've had to edit some of these. The amount of headlines that came out about this. Meghan Markle accused of faking podcast interviews by getting staff members to do them. So I've skimmed most of this, and it's not they're faking interviews like they're saying they were interviewing Serena Williams and it wasn't them. She couldn't be asked basically to do the interviews live on the podcast. So she got a staff member to ask the questions, and then she just read the questions out later and someone edited it into the podcast. So it made out like she was actually sitting there, because obviously she's far too important and busy to sit there and do her own podcast. It's getting that 18 million quid. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. And there was something about, where was it? There was another one about Netflix. It was a Netflix one. Where's Netflix? Yeah, Meghan's animated series Pearl, which she was working on with Sir Elton John's producer, David Furnish, blah, 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 was ditched by Netflix last year. The show was canned as part of cutbacks amidst a collapse in Netflix subscribers. Yeah, any old excuse, Netflix, just to get them canned. And I don't think they've got any more going on with Netflix. There was, I swear, I didn't save all the headlines because I'm not that bothered about them. I wouldn't watch anything but I tried that Netflix documentary thing that they did. I tried it. I give it a fair shot, and I think I got 7 minutes in. But my mum, who's a staunch royalist and has loved Harry all of his life, she didn't make it through. They have showed an interest in making fun flicks, including rom-coms for Netflix. And their Netflix deal is reportedly 88 million, which is a drop in the pan, really, for Netflix, I guess. Isn't it? But do you want to see it? I wonder who will be the lead. If they made a rom-com movie for Netflix, a Netflix-owned production, which Netflix like to have, I wonder who the lead woman would be in a rom-com they produced. That's a thinker, isn't it? I just find this whole thing somewhat interesting with them. I don't understand how he could walk away from that life of complete luxury and privilege, and why she wouldn't want to be part of it. I'm not in and out of them. I don't particularly care for her. I did think Harry was the biggest lad on the planet. Now I think Harry's the biggest simp on the planet. I'm interested to see where it goes, or how long it's going to be before Netflix dump them because they pitch a rom-com where she plays the lead in like a 3-part series of movies. Because that's probably the only way she would get cast in something now, isn't it? She got a lot on the go. I don't know. I just thought like having a chat about it because I saw a lot of headlines about them in the papers over the last week. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And that way, hopefully, I'll see you in another one soon when I ta-da.